The M1128 Stryker Mobile Gun System is an armored fighting vehicle in various types of ground vehicles. MGS is envisioned from the military vehicle that described made by the U.S. Army. It was responded with variety in which you eliminate and destroy the targets or enemies. The 30mm automatic cannon is another weapon of turret that damage rate is medium that can ensure the gun and ammo. The M1128 Mobile Gun System, or MGS, is an 8-wheeled assault gun of the Stryker family, mounting a 105mm tank gun. Based on the Canadian LAV III light armored vehicle manufactured by General Dynamics Land Systems for the U.S. Army, it is intended for the firepower. Place of origin: Canada and United States of America, or USA. The mounted with 120mm heavy mortar is an important weapon that can easily eliminate the targets. Military soldiers are firing the mortar to the distance of 3 kilometers. Troops are looking for the mortar gun to fire and eliminate the target for the battlefield. U.S. Army is the most popular from the veterans. The mounted with 30mm automatic gun is another weapon of turret in which you destroy the enemy units and neutralize the targets. Military operations are looking for the firepower and expeditionary. And then the 105mm gun is highest damage rate for the anti-tank. Looking for the M182 Abrams main battle tank, it is 120mm smoothbore gun. It carries many targets to destroy and neutralize that tanks are designed by General Dynamics Land Systems, conceived for modern armored ground warfare. The M1128 Mobile Gun System during a training exercise in 2015. It is military green color in entire body of M1128 Stryker MGS. The main armament is M68A2, 105mm cannon, and secondary armament is 7.62mm coaxial machine gun. It is heavily armed. The crew of MGS is 3. Let's look inside the AFV. In the right side, commander, and in the left side is a gunner. The autoloader, it loads the shell into the gun. You can fire the gun when the shell is loaded. When main gun fired, it ejects the shell, looking for the autoloader to get the ammo to the crew. And in the last crew, driver drives the AFV in front. A Stryker MGS is Infantry Carrier Vehicle Dragoon, or ICVD, in addition of armed vehicles from the United States, but it was useful for the combat vehicle. It was attempted for the firepower. The M182 Abrams tank is in high damage rate for 120mm gun. It was based for designed by Chrysler Defense. This is third-generation American main battle tank for the battlefield. The M182 Abrams and M1128 Stryker MGS are heavily armed for the ground vehicles. U.S. military is an important troops for the country and places, in addition of armed forces of the USA located to the base. No matter what happens to the military soldiers, possibly the people who can survive the war in Israel, Syria, and Iran. The War Thunder M1128 Stryker is a friendly unit from eliminating target and enemies. M1128 Stryker Mobile Gun System firing is an 8-wheeled vehicle from shooting the targets that would be extremely important for the live fire exercises, if soldiers were prepared to explain and defend. Looking for the M1130 for Stryker ATGM is an anti-tank guided missile for destroying tanks in outlands and finishing the mission intent. Armored fighting vehicle is the tank destroyer for the ground vehicles. The anti-tank missiles are loading into the tube launched, optically tracked and wireless guided, or tow in short. Missiles are locking into target and enemies for the firepower. And then LAVAT is light armored vehicle anti-tank, is insane vehicle of M1134 Stryker ATGM vehicle. The other meaning of anti-tank: AT is an anti-tank, ATM is an anti-tank missile, ATGM is an anti-tank guided missile and ATWS is an anti-tank weapon system. It is from meanings of word. The LAV-ATM is a light armored vehicle anti-tank modernization, is made from U.S. Marine Corps. Mobile Gun System is made by the U.S. Army. It is important vehicles for AFV. Looking for the 105mm tank shells are located to the armory and weapon system. Mobile Gun System is made by the U.S. Army. It is important vehicles for AFV. Looking for the 105mm tank shells are located to the armory and weapon system. The service said in a news release had decided the time has come to retire the M1128 Stryker mobile gun system after a study showed it is obsolete and its out-of-date cannon and automatic loader have systemic issues. Decisions on when it is best to divest a system currently in the force are not taken lightly, Lieutenant General James Pasquarette, the Army's Deputy Chief of Staff for Programs, said in the release. The Army has done its due diligence to ensure lethality upgrades will remain intact to provide our Stryker formations the capabilities they need in the future. M1 Abrams main battle tank is higher damage rate than the M1128 Stryker MGS, is a heavily armed for 120mm smoothbore cannon, coaxial machine gun, 50 caliber machine gun, and M249 machine gun. This is American main battle tank. The General Dynamics Land Systems, or GDLS, is an important generation for the combat vehicles, main battle tanks, and infantry fighting vehicles. It was announced by local authorities that M1128 Stryker MGS is under partnership stimulated in live fire exercises. The 105mm gun is a high damage rate for the MGS, but therefore we're finally able to locate the target and scout them. Possibly, the administrator has decided to get the 105mm tank shells. Special mission is in workplace in United States that will support the population for the firepower. Local authorities are also responded with the battlefield using the 50 caliber machine gun with commander. It is important. The services company were approved by the government property management of Mobile Gun System. Regardless of 105mm cannon, it engages to far. Opportunity is limited for the reasons that can explain the soldiers in addition of U.S. Armed Forces and infantry. Armored fighting vehicle is an important troops for the veteran. The combat vehicles are made by the U.S. Army and Marine Corps. Looking for the firepower were exposed to military base, but lived in countryside and outlands. Stryker is an armored fighting vehicle, or AFV, that can mount with any weapons and a lot of ammunition. Especially, the military vehicles are from United States. M1A2 Abrams is American main battle tank, is highest damage rate for 120mm gun, providing the most popular from based on the M1. It is named for General Creighton Abrams. Tanks are friendly groups to neutralize any targets and enemies. The M1A2 Abrams crew is 4, but they are extremely important soldiers to use the weapons. The M1128 Stryker mobile gun system is an important combat vehicle that can easily fire the weapons and smoke grenade launchers. It carries wide array of ground attack weapons for any ammunition and shells. Regarding of 105mm cannon that can easily use the gunner primary sight and commander independent thermal viewer, it is important and durable. AFV is a combat vehicle for the military forces. The Armored Personnel Carrier, or APC, is another vehicle for the battlefield. U.S. Army is most popular for the Japanese military. Looking for the M1128 Mobile Gun System supporting team for the battlefield, it was announced by politicians' company that manages the firepower. Troops are attended for the law enforcement legislation and restrictions. U.S. Army Stryker fighting vehicles arrived in South Korea, is live fire exercises in outlands, shooting the targets and finishing the mission intent. Armored fighting vehicles are really in Korea. They will have full ammo for weapons. That Stryker vehicle is approved from neutralizing targets. U.S. military vehicles are in Korea, is an important combat vehicle that can easily fire the weapons. It carries wide range of firing the gun that is being located to the bases. U.S. military in South Korea is important vehicles in several armies and logistics. The explanation of infantry is eligible for the expeditionary that will support the soldiers between two recruitments. Politicians are clearly encouraged by local government property managers, requiring the many ammo for combat vehicles and AFV. That weapon can use in firepower is shooting range in the Valley, U.S. Army and Marines from North America. The insurance of specialized insurance coverage companies that can explain the benefits and associated for the battlefield. Law enforcement is an important generation for the combat that is very important. It was attempted for the population that can easily make the most importantly. The Stryker vehicle is from United States. Infantry is extremely important group that will provide the soldiers in Korea. It is encouraged that would have been to scout them. All U.S. military has been recognized by employees to the residential industry and encouraged. M1128 Stryker, the 105mm mobile gun that everyone hates. Guys, thank you for watching. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and do the bell to receive notifications.